Hi everybody, I'm Corey Campbell. I'm going to be your host for a little insider's look at our most recent exhibition, Rebirth, recent work by Mariko Mori. But this exhibition, Japan Society, is changing it up a little bit. For the first time in a very long time, we're having a solo show dedicated to a contemporary Japanese artist. And this exhibition is much more introspective and contemplative than any exhibition we've done in a very long time. Rebirth was always intended from its very beginning to make use of Japan Society's unique architectural spaces and transform them into actual exhibition spaces. This piece is entitled Birds. Birds is a very personal work for Mariko Mori. She says that the idea for the piece came to her in a dream, where these two birds joined side by side to one another came and landed literally in her hands. And in her dream, she was trying to think about, what does this mean? What could this possibly signify? And after thinking about it, Mariko finally settled on that birds is supposed to signify love and peace for the entire planet. Birds is made from solid lucite. And one of the unique properties in lucite is that it changes the color temperature of light as light passes through it. So depending on the amount of light and the intensity of light on birds, it will change the actual color that the work appears to be. Here in the second section of the exhibition, Origin, we examine one of the key factors in Mariko Mori's most recent artworks, which is drawing inspiration from Jomon culture. The object that you're looking at now is the only object in the exhibition not by Mariko Mori. That's because this vase is about 5,000 years old. As the Jomon people were primarily foragers, they would have actually used this kaiendoki, or flameware vase, for utilitarian purposes. They would have used it either as a cooking utensil or as a storage utensil. Scientific studies of this exact vase have found remnants of food particles dating back to thousands of years ago. It's easy to imagine them sitting in their home lit only by the fire and the hearth, and the kinds of shadows and the movement of the shadows that would have been thrown off this incredibly ornamented vase along the walls and the ceiling of the Jomon pit home. This piece, entitled Transcircle 1.1, was the first work that Mariko Mori did based on a Jomon theme. In addition to ancient Jomon culture, Mori also pulled inspiration from ancient Celtic culture, primarily the standing stone circles such as Stonehenge that you find in the Celtic traditions. The 9 pillars do not represent the 8 planets and Pluto. They instead represent different windows of time. It is the colors that each pillar lights up as that references the 8 planets and Pluto. Boiled down to a 9-minute cycle, Transcircle 1.1 is connected to a real-time control system that monitors the cycle of the planets around the sun in a given calendar year. And so we see here the pillars lighting up in reference to how the planets move around the sun. In the bamboo room in our gallery, we have the one work that is in the third section of the exhibition, entitled Rupture. And that work is entitled Miracle. This work, more than any work in the exhibition, really encompasses Mori's ideas about Buddhism. The 8 Chiba chrome prints on the wall behind me represent the 8 levels of Alaya consciousness, which is a key to esoteric Buddhism. The 108 crystal glass beads here represent the 108 attachments to this world that is said to exist in Buddhism. The reason why Mariko used both crystals and salt is because across the planet, crystals and salt have connotations of healing and purification. So no matter what culture or what creed you come from, this room really becomes a space for purification and cleansing. Here we are in the final piece in the exhibition, the linchpin of the exhibition. This piece is entitled White Hole, and more than any other work in the entire show, this really does encapsulate the idea of rebirth. A white hole is a hypothetical antithesis for the black hole, which absorbs all light and matter. Mariko believes that when a star is absorbed by a black hole, the star's spirit dies and is transported to another plane of existence, where it undergoes a purification and a cleansing. When it is ready to be reborn, it would emerge from a white hole. This is only the third time this work has ever been shown, and it's the first time in the United States. It was previously shown in Osaka and London. The reason why we put this piece right at the end of the exhibition was because Mariko, a former New Yorker herself, wanted all of us to have a moment of pure, quiet, serene contemplation before going back into the barely controlled chaos that we experience on a daily basis on the streets of New York. We have tons of related programming and events for this exhibition, so click the link at the bottom of your screen and that will take you to our gallery landing page, which has information about all of the upcoming programs and events. Also on that page, you can purchase the exhibition catalog, or if you're feeling really interested in this exhibition, you can take the audio tour with yours truly when you go through the exhibition. Thank you very much, and hopefully we will see you here very soon.